Good morning, my friends. This video has been a long time coming because in this video, I want to share my journey of building my first ever home. I know with Canada's current economic state, buying a home is a big commitment in many ways for many people, if not everyone. It was a massive step for me, especially since I had always lived in the city and rented rooms with housemates that could share the burden of all the commitments that it took to live anywhere. But as I grow, I really felt the need to find my own way and focus on the space that I personally need. This is why and how I built my home in the forested mountains of Canada. First thing I really truly did was consider a lot of factors when deciding where to build my home. Including my introverted and calm personality, I knew I wanted some amount of land around my house and in a quiet area. For most of my school day life, I was very undecided on where and how to live. I thought I wanted to travel a lot, but then realized I get super exhausted doing so. I thought I only needed to rent for most of my life, but realized the limitations of renting a space and potentially being locked into questionable landlords. And so I've heard. And in late 2021, I decided to really look for different options for places that I could own myself. I really wanted a place that was isolated enough to be my own space, but close enough to a major city to meet my needs, along with being within my financial means as well. And of course, I wanted it to be clean, modern, and with enough customization for a personal touch. I spent countless hours on various real estate listing websites, including Duproprio, Remax, Kijiji, even Facebook Marketplace, searching for a house that would fit my personality and budget. Again, ideally something peaceful and calm where I could relax and unwind when I needed it, especially after my busy wedding weekend schedule. Eventually, I came to the decision that a custom build was the best option for me. I considered 3 or 4 different builders and had meetings with 2 of them. I wanted to make sure that I chose the right one, so I spent some time comparing the different options. In the end, I chose the builder with the most straightforward process, and during my initial meetings, we discussed what they were capable of and what their turnaround time was like. I knew that I wanted to move in before the end of 2022, so it was important for me to get an idea of their working timeline. They gave me a quote for a custom build with a delivery date of December 2022, right in time for my intended move-out date. So I was thrilled with their timeline and felt confident that they were the right builders for me. Once I had the quote, the next step was to secure financing. I met with the bank multiple times to discuss how mortgages worked and what my options were. It was really a daunting process, and I don't really want to get into the details of all of this right now because it would be a whole video in itself. But essentially, after several meetings, I finally got the go-ahead and was approved for a mortgage. I was thrilled to have secured financing for my dream location, and in fact, I remember receiving my letter of approval while I was working a wedding in Mexico. I was so excited. I shared the news with everyone at that wedding, and we had a wonderful time together. Such a perfect time to be out there in paradise. Now, when it came to deciding on a lot, I was taken to the development area by the builder. The drive was beautiful, and in the winter, the snow was like an added icing to the cake of the natural surroundings. I was taken to a long road with a slight elevation that led up to a dead-end court. There were a few different options on the street, and after exploring the available lots, I finally decided on the one lot that seemed perfect for my needs. That's the street area, the cul-de-sac over there, and here was the property, I think, to the end of this cliff. So I get a cliffside view. You can't really tell the outside perimeter. There are flags around here, I don't know if you can see it, but the orange flags, that's the perimeter of my lots. Yeah, you can't really tell. An acre of land. This is the cliffside view, kind of. And you can't really see the other end of the lot from here, but there are flags right there. how far it is. Again, here's the road, the cul-de-sac that goes around like that. And my lot starts at that number 6 sign. That's the left side. And the other end is here. So from there, the 6 here, to that 6 over there is the entrance. And you can see the orange flags here showing the perimeter. It had everything I was looking for. About 1 acre of privacy, not too far from the main roads, and a beautiful cliffside view. The next step was to decide on the exterior options for my home. According to the plans, I had 3 main types of material to choose from for my exterior materials: wood paneling, stone, and vinyl. Now I know there could have been different, more custom options like metal siding, but I think these were the best options for me. I spent some time looking at different examples of their materials, really trying to figure out what would best work for what I imagined and envisioned for my needs in this area. And after weighing these options, I finally came up with a few different combinations of exterior materials. However, I had to be really mindful of the price. It was important to stay within my budget. And finally, I landed on one combination of exterior materials that I thought really fit the environment that I would be in. As someone who cares deeply about the aesthetic look in my wedding films, I think it's equally important to think about how things will look in context of their surroundings in the real world. That's why I spent a lot of time researching the different materials, and I wanted to really make sure I had an informed decision. After finalizing the exterior material, I moved on to the next exciting step of the process: siding on the flooring and the shower tiles. With so many options available, the decision-making process was not too easy. But with the help of the consultant at the store, I was able to make my best choice. During my consultation, the consultant provided me with a list of questions to really consider when selecting the flooring. It really made me think about the durability, longevity, and overall style that my floor would be emitting throughout my home. The options ranged from types of hardwood, vinyl, stone, even carpet, each having its own unique benefits. And in the end, I decided to go with the same type of vinyl fake wood flooring throughout both floors of my home, except for the washrooms. I knew that the washroom required ceramic tiles due to the shower and the need for moisture-resistant surfaces. Not only did this decision make practical sense for me in terms of easier pricing, but it also helped create a unique atmosphere in these rooms. When choosing the flooring and shower tiles, I kept in mind the importance of open space. I wanted to create a living space that felt open, airy, and welcoming. The choice of the light wood flooring played a significant role in what I think achieved this goal. And in terms of the shower tiles, I chose a dark marble tile to really accentuate the difference from the main floor, the main areas of living, to a place of privacy. So you'll see my black tile choice. Now was the kitchen and other washroom decisions. I was given numerous options for my kitchen cabinets, countertops, and all the faucets in my home. It was important for me to create a clean and bright vibe in both spaces, knowing that I could always change it later on if I needed. So for the kitchen, I opted for a clean white cabinet and silver handles, giving it a sleek look. The white marble countertop was a perfect complement to the cabinets, at least in my eyes, and it added a touch of luxuriousness to the space. I wanted the kitchen to flow with the rest of the house, so I went with the same design for the washroom downstairs, which is located next to the kitchen. And then when it came to the washroom upstairs, I decided to add a bit of contrast by going with the black faucets to match the black tiled shower. This decision again was made to create and accentuate the different ambiance in this washroom, separating it from the rest of the open space. Now, after making all these necessary selections, I encountered something unexpected again. I was told there would be major delays in the development area where I chose my lot. This news was extremely disappointing since anyone would assume that these delays would have been addressed before the lots were put up for sale. Fortunately for me, the builder was aware of my strict timeline for moving in and quickly arranged for me to visit several other available options in the nearby areas. After viewing a few different options, I ultimately decided on a little piece of land situated by a small body of water and on top of a hill. Although it wasn't my initial lot, I think this was a great option for me. Although my intended delivery date for the house was December 2022, I had to accept that the delays would undoubtedly affect my new lot choice options and the timeline that the builders would need to fulfill this new lot. So I had to compromise on a February 2023 delivery date. And despite the delay, I understood that it was only a 2-month difference, and in the end, I was still thrilled to know my new lot was something that the builders could work on in quick fashion. And finally, in February 2023, I was handed the keys to my first ever home. The process of designing my first home was quite the ride and experience, and I'm proud of what I've been able to accomplish. It's been a great place to call home so far, and I really look forward to enjoying it for the years to come. If you have any suggestions or advice for home interior designing, I'm all ears. Please feel free to leave any messages in the comments below. I'm still looking for a living room coffee table and a few other pieces of furniture. Maybe I'll get into what I currently have in another video. Until then, thank you so much for listening, everyone. I hope this video shared some insight on what it takes to build a home, especially a home out in the middle of nowhere, basically. Again, if you have any questions, please leave me a comment below, and I'll see you in the next video. Until next time.